Imagine making money by deploying a robot to do high-paying jobs for you. Jobs that people usually fight over, like oil drilling or underwater welding, even bodyguard services. Today, I'll be breaking down exactly how you could make millions of dollars a month using robots to do the work. Let's get right into it. Look, we're entering a new era of automation where robots can actually do the jobs that are too hard, too dangerous, or just too time consuming for the average person to do themselves. And honestly, it doesn't take a whole thwackload of cash to get started. With a one-time setup, you can get access to a lifelong laborer like the Tesla Optimus Bot, effectively allowing you to turn a small initial investment into literally millions of dollars. Honestly, it can really be done in just 4 steps. Step 1 is deploying these robots to high-paying jobs like oil drilling. The plan is very, very simple here. Purchase an Optimus Bot for $30,000 and then approach oil drilling companies. This can be done the same way anything in my videos can be done, with email infrastructure and Smart Lead and Apollo, in order to find the oil drilling companies and go out to them with your proposition. These robots would handle tasks around the clock, meaning that instead of you just making money on the 8-hour labor of this robot, you would be able to make money 24/7 without any additional overtime or extra costs or lunch breaks for the company, which means that you would be saving them millions of dollars when they pay you millions of dollars. With each and every robot, you could bring in over $50,000 a year and still be drastically undercutting the existing labor market that charges $75,000 to $100,000 a year for these same types of jobs. Imagine stacking this up to 100 robots, each of which you make $20,000 per year in profit on in the first year, and in every single year following, you are making $50,000 in free cash flow. This would mean that you're making over $5 million a year once you scale this to 100 robots without having to do any work yourself, and with the initial investment costs well covered. Step 2 is scaling this model across other profitable sectors. Once you've had success with oil drilling, you would then want to expand to other high-paying labor markets. Underwater welding, mining, really any industry where it's hard, heavy labor, and without the gropes and the strife of an actual laborer being there, the company could not only be significantly more efficient, but they could also work around the clock. Each bot deployed would be able to replace a traditional worker, making you absolutely necessary for the business moving forward, and earning you revenue just by solving this industry's pain point of laborers. These are industries that are, quite frankly, already high paying, but if you come in and undercut their existing labor costs, boy, are you gonna have a good time. Step 3 would be high-end security bots for bodyguard services. Interesting, right? Imagine using these bots like the Optimus Bot specifically as a bodyguard. What you would do is you'd find some nerd that's able to modify these bots for, say, $100,000 or $250,000, which should be enough to cover parts and labor of the person doing the work, adding things like guns, additional armoring, and anything else that one of these robots might need. And by charging these companies $1 million instead of just that $250,000, you would be able to not only cover the costs of enhancing these robots to the requirements necessary in order for them to be effective bodyguards, but you would also be able to make millions of dollars before you even built a single unit. Each security bot could then, once they go through that normal procedure and somebody pays for the upfront costs, you could build additional bots. And by building additional bots, you could then rent them out on an hourly basis, if you felt that way inclined, for thousands of dollars an hour to anybody that's interested in getting a bodyguard that is always there, always on, and always armored. The 4th business model that you could run this with is running like a nanny bot, where basically, again, you sell one of these robots as a nanny, overseeing the kids, going to the grocery store in order to be getting the food, cleaning up the house, anything that a regular nanny would be doing. But the difference here is they can work 3 8-hour shifts a day. And so the usual $30,000 or $50,000 a year that this nanny might make would now be tripled for each of these robots. Again, if you scale this up under this nanny bot model, so to speak, you would be able to make millions of dollars with no more than 10 robots. Look, the world of work, it's changing, and the robots are going to be what leads this change. With a model like this, You are setting up consistent, long-term, recurring payments that you don't have to worry about ever again in your life after initial setup in some of the highest paying labor industries out there. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment on what you guys think you might use one of these Optimus bots for. And with that, my name is Alex Zastre. I'm here to teach you how to make your first million, and I'll see you guys in the next one.